Where are your kids? No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
For many people, this was the first time they learned of this bizarre case centering on Lori Vallow.
Just give us a comment.
This was in January 2020. Vallow, with her new husband, Chad Daybell, off in paradise, while police searched desperately for her 2 missing children, 17-year-old Tylee Ryan and 7-year-old JJ Vallow. 5 months later, we would learn the tragic answer.
The bodies of Lori vallow-daybell's 2 missing children have been found.
The children's remains buried in Daybell's backyard. During the investigation, a previously closed case is getting a second look. In October 2019, Chad's wife of nearly 30 years dies mysteriously. And at the time, there was no autopsy done. But a couple of months later, deputies determined that Tammy's death is suspicious and her body is exhumed. Then another key figure emerges in the police affidavit, Melanie Gibb. Gibb was Vallow's friend and shared an interest in a doomsday group called Preparing a People. Daybell was also tied to that same group. Through the affidavit, we learn some of Vallow's beliefs, including what's called the zombie doctrine. Gibb tells police she was informed by Vallow and Daybell that they believed it was their mission to rid the world of zombies, which are described as individuals whose spirit has left their body and been replaced by another spirit. And the only way to free the original spirit from limbo was the person's physical body had to die. Now, according to the affidavit, days before JJ was last seen alive, Gibb says she visited with Vallow and she talked about her 7-year-old son.
She had said that he had turned into a zombie the day before I got there.
According to the affidavit, Gibb tells police that Vallow previously said her daughter Tylee had become a zombie. And on another occasion, Gibb says Vallow told her that her husband at that time, Charles Vallow, that his spirit had left his body and been replaced by another spirit, which was a dark spirit. All 3 are now dead. May 2021. Both Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow are charged with murder in the deaths of Vallow's children, Tylee and JJ. They are also charged with the deaths of their former spouses. Daybell is charged with murdering his ex-wife Tammy. He has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. And Vallow has been charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in the death of her former husband, Charles.
All right, so I did say it's a lot to follow. Let's bring in HLN legal analyst Joey Jackson. So Chad Daybell has entered a not guilty plea. How do you think Lori Vallow is going to plead?
Yeah, Robin, good morning to you. She'll plead not guilty. Remember, she's in court. That followed an evaluation of her psychologically, where she's now determined to be fit to proceed. What does that mean? It means now it was understood, based on the treatment she got over the last year, that she understands the nature of the proceedings and could, in fact, assist her defense with respect to helping her out in court. And so I suspect that today will be her arraignment. She'll be apprised of the charges she's facing, and she will enter a plea of not guilty, which is pretty standard.
Jumping to after all of this, and there is actual trial, and you're trying to listen to her thoughts. If she was found mentally fit to stand trial now, but she wasn't previously, could that also go into trying to defend her and say, well, the judge said she wasn't mentally fit to stand trial until they had this treatment, so therefore whatever she did, she was not mentally fit?
So great question, Robin, and here's the answer. Idaho doesn't have what sounds to me like what you're suggesting would be an insanity defense. They do not have it. In fact, they're only one of 4 states in the country, Kansas, Montana, Utah, and Idaho, that do not have that. Now, what she could do is say, based upon her lack of mental acuity, her mental deficiencies, she was not able to formulate the state of mind to engage in these really offenses, but using insanity outright is not going to work. I think she has only a few options. Number one would be to point the finger to her husband, saying he did it, I had nothing to do with it. Number two, enter into a plea deal if she's incentivized to do that. Or number three, Robin, simply say, I have no idea what you're talking about. Prove your case. How did I do it? Why would I do it? What's the evidence suggesting that I did it, etc.? And so that's what it looks like it's shaping up to be.
So what do you think we should look for in terms of watching her demeanor?
Yeah, you know, it's always interesting because in watching demeanor, it could be interpreted in different ways. And that's why, you know, no matter what you do, it could be assessed, right, in a certain way. Was she feigning if she looks a certain way? And is she feigning that she still perhaps is mentally ill? Is she composed? Is that just because her lawyers told her to do that? So that's really, you know, not something that's going to be credibly evaluated by the judge or a jury. At the end of the day, it's going to be about the facts, the evidence, etc. And her attorneys, now that she's fit to stand trial, Robin, will be getting discovery. That means they will have everything they need with respect to police reports, documentation, surveillance, emails, probable cause affidavit, etc. And they will, with that, try to defend her to the best they possibly can.
So once again, the so-called Doomsday Mom is in court today to face charges that she killed her 2 children. Joey, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Always. Thank you, Robin.
Sex and Murder, a special 2-hour season premiere, starts Sunday at 10 on HLN.
The report of a grisly discovery near Lake Geneva is a huge news story, immediately attracting media from Milwaukee, less than an hour away.
We knew there were suitcases and we knew there were remains inside. We are out at that field every day for a while, waiting for more information. There was a feeling in the air that something was very wrong.
Right at the beginning of the summer tourism season, to have that found along the highway just sent people into a state of shock. Is there a serial killer on the loose in Lake Geneva?
They had this sexual relationship, very out of the norm.
It was the control over these women that he got off on.
People that are happy and stable don't do something like this.
This was a methodical, well thought out murder.
If there's 2 dead women that are here, how many more are we going to find?
Sex and Murder, a special 2-hour season premiere, starts Sunday at 10 on HLN.
Forensic Files 2 returns with new episodes this summer on HLN.